Hi everyone, welcome to Stafford Test Routes. Remember to signal to move off here as other candidates will be moving off at the same time. Also, don't forget when pulling out of the car park, there is a road here with a bend. You can fail here, so be careful. Today we'll be speed running everything difficult and anything that can catch you out in Stafford. One of the first junctions you'll encounter is an emerge onto a dual carriageway. It can be busy here, so be careful. It is a left-only turn. To your right further down are some traffic lights, so be patient, and you'll easily be able to find a suitable gap. If you are brought to this junction, once it's clear you should go straight into the right lane. The examiner will bring you here so you have time to get into the right, to go ahead or back around at McDonald's roundabout. Ahead at the roundabout, second exit. McDonald's roundabout from this angle needs to be practiced. Get to know the roundabout sign shown on the left. You can use either lane to head towards Cannock, so the left is preferred to have a good exit position. If you use the right lane, don't panic. You can still move over to the left as normal, but bear in mind you could have vehicles in that lane, and you may need to exit in the right. Learners often do better when they approach in first gear here, as the lanes are narrow and there is a lot of angle needed. Use a right signal and be sure to focus on your lane discipline. It is very easy to cut across the right lane. To make joining easier, make a point of remembering that from your right, only the right lane should go across you. When crossing traffic, remember to judge whether it's safe by asking yourself, would I have time to walk across? Recognizing a one-way street is very important. You'll normally see blue rectangular signs with white arrows pointing straight up. The white broken line when you enter the road should be singular. We've fast-forwarded some sections of video so we can focus more on the tricky areas. At the end of a one-way street, you will usually be asked to turn right. This is one of the few ways an examiner can test your recognition of road signs and markings. To turn right, you must position right. At the end of the road, you should see the double-dotted give way line stretching fully across the road. Be patient when there's a hazard in your way. It is not a test of how quickly you can get from A to B. When you're asking yourself if there's space to continue, always use the rhyme, if you don't know, don't go. The next scenario requires good sign observation. We see this at many test centres around the country, as it's one of the few ways we can test if you're looking for signs. In Stafford, it appears on two different roads. The road appears to continue straight on, but if you look carefully, you'll see no entry signs, and your road actually bends around to the left, becoming a one-way road. Turning right into Greyfriars Place is tricky. It's something you may need to do on most test routes. There are usually parked cars on the right as you enter, so make sure you check into the road to ensure you have enough space before committing to the turn. Look out for the keep clear area in front of the entrance to Halfords at these lights. It's a little faded so can be easily missed. Cars are in and out of here very often so you can easily cause an obstruction. At the lights, you'll be turning left, and then you'll need to track straight into the right lane to turn right immediately at the next lights. You'll need to stay switched on here as opposing drivers tend to get it very wrong. They sometimes come out of the retail park opposite and try to turn right across you. It is still your priority, but be ready to give way to drivers who don't realise what they're doing. Pay attention to your next instruction. If you've been asked to turn right at the roundabout, then you can turn straight into the right lane. This saves you needing to lane change and drivers overtaking you. When approaching Jail Roundabout from the test centre side, you need to be extremely careful. This is a big fail zone due to the lanes being very narrow on the approach. For exit 1 and 2, use the left lane. For the third exit on the right, use the right lane. Never use the middle here, as it's extremely difficult to hold the correct position, as there are no markings around the bend. Keep your speed very low and only use gear 2 as your maximum. Counting exits is crucial here so you don't end up in the wrong position or changing lanes without realizing. The examiner will tell you to take the third exit. The sat-nav calls it the fifth exit, as it counts other exits not on the sign. That is why the examiner will correct it. Always do a sideways glance to ensure your position change is safe. Other drivers can get it very wrong on Stafford's larger roundabouts. There are no lanes marked on some of the bends. Aim more for the outside here so you are deliberately being cautious of cutting the centre lane. This is just a short section of this 40-minute video. To view the rest, please visit our Patreon. You'll also be able to gain access to full driving test routes, mock tests, downloadable resources, and other extras. I've put all of that on my Patreon. The link's in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.